out there, we are on the air. It's virtual hockey night tonight. Buckle up, it's almost time to go. Laptop hound ready for the show. Boots off, helmets on, the ice is cold but clear. Mounties lace their skates, they got no time for fear. Saskatchewan sunset paints the sky with fire. Chasing pucks and dreams, they never seem to tire. Red uniforms, standing tall, no badge can weigh them down. Blades cut through the ice, friggin' rights, it's game day in this town. Crowds cheer from the stands as they make their play. Northern Lights watch over what's a perfect day. Oh, Mounties on ice, they glide and they fight. Underneath the prairie stars, they shine so bright. With sticks in their hands and hearts full of pride. Go Daryl, go, go Daryl, go. In Saskatchewan, their horses they will ride. Go, go, go Daryl, go. From the prairies to the coast, they carry on the fight. In every slap shot, they're chasing wins every night. Hockey's in their veins like a northern breeze. Frozen ponds, arenas, they do as they please. Whether it's Wayne, Timmy, or Daryl, hometown cops throwing you over the barrel. The sirens blare, the goal scoring with glee. The spirit of the Mounties flowing wild and free. Time to start the show with another season of play. Win the Stanley Cup, the order of the day. Red Barons and crispy bacon, Sundown Expo, and the rest of the team try to live out their RCMP dream. Oh, Mounties on ice, they glide and they fight. Underneath the prairie stars, they shine so.
All right, welcome in everyone to episode number 2 of the RCMP Saskatchewan Mounties on Ice. That's right, we are ready to get season number 2 underway with the franchise. Welcome in everyone, Laptop Hound here. Stream mainly on Twitch with Out of the Park of Baseball, but decided to move the EA NHL franchise series over strictly to YouTube because just want to expand a little bit and get some of those YouTube views. And a lot of people on YouTube like the EA NHL franchise. And I thought I would just try and get a few more people into the community with this franchise here. This is the second big franchise that I've done in EA NHL25. You may have caught the Slapshot franchise earlier on in the year. Yes, we took the 1977 movie Slapshot and transformed that into a franchise. And no spoilers. If you want to catch that out, it is in the channel catalog here on YouTube. You can go back and watch a little bit of that and see some of your favorite Slapshot characters like Reggie Dunlop in action for the team. This team here dedicated to the RCMP. Yes, the police division, the federal police division up here in Canada. On my Twitch stream, it's been kind of a fun little meme song video that I play every once in a while, celebrating the RCMP. And in that song, in that video, there's a character named Daryl who does a little bit of break dancing. And in case you haven't heard it before, you might hear it at some time in this stream today. So the intro song here kind of paying tribute to Daryl and the RCMP from Saskatchewan. So last season, we did the expansion draft, where we kind of took the worst possible players. We are bad. We want to kind of draft to glory, draft to championship. And we do have some community players in the game, some players that were modeled after my community on Twitch. I think we have 12 different players that are part of the team, and many of them are in the draft pool right now, waiting to be drafted by the Saskatchewan Mounties. So we're at the beginning of the 2025 season. And again, if we want to take a look at some of the players currently on the team, I think we can do that. It's been a while since I came in and looked at the team here. But here are our lines. Let's go to edit lines instead in case we want to make a few changes. We did get the number 1 overall draft pick in our very first year, which has a very limited kind of player pool. However, we did have number 1, and we took Mr. Ned Brunette as the first overall player. And you can see he is already up to an 86 after 1 season of play. A lot of these other guys are guys that we took in the expansion draft just to kind of make sure that we field the team. None of these players currently right now are community created players. We did draft 3 in the last draft. However, they need at least a season or 2 to kind of percolate a little bit in the minor leagues. So this is what we're rocking in terms of offense and defense. And our goalies right now are Mr. Rodrigue and Garand are the 2 goalies. Again, in the expansion draft, we kind of went for the worst possible players. We want to go from worst to first in as little time possible. So these first few seasons are, just kind of plugging away and kind of getting through, trying to get, a few wins, a good draft position, and then just build up the team through the draft like many other EA streamers do. So without wasting any more time, let's get on and sim our second season. I'm more kind of looking forward to the draft and where we fall in the draft. Let's go up to the beginning of December, I guess this would be. Again, we have the auto coaches on right now. Trades, we are allowed to make trades if we feel that we do need to make a trade or pick up someone off the waiver wire. But like I said, we want to kind of be bad right now. We don't want to, get the best possible players because we want to try and build 100% of our team through the draft. So right now, I'm just going to decline all the trades. I may go in the next off season and actually turn off the trade notifications because, like I said, we kind of want to reward the community players that are in the draft and bring them eventually to the team. So welcome all in. If this is the first time you're watching the stream, you can see on my YouTube channel over 500 videos already. That's right. A lot of videos out there, most of them with out of the park baseball. If you like statistics, if you like head-to-head kind of competition against real life people, you want to pick up out of the park baseball. The new game is about to come out in mid-March. That'll be OOTP 26. And if you like to be part of a good, positive community, pick up some free in-game player card packs by watching Twitch streams. You can do that by buying your copy of Out of the Park Baseball. I'd recommend that you wait until the new version comes out in mid-March, and you'll see me do a lot of videos leading up to that, kind of showing everyone what the new features are for the new game. Every year, they always add something new. It's been around since 1999. Those of you that do like baseball, I'm sure you've heard of Out of the Park. It's a little bit different than the MLB The Show, which is, the more popular franchise series. I know a lot of people play MLB The Show. This is much more of a niche game, smaller community, but a very hardcore, dedicated community. And they do have fantasy aspects. They have something called Perfect Team, where you open card packs and you have to use players from those packs on your team. Something, I guess, like Diamond Dynasty and MLB The Show. So here we are, January the 7th. Let's kind of show you what our uniforms look like for those of you that have not seen this franchise before. This is the RCMP. Yeah, there is our away uniform. Looking pretty sharp with the red, black, and white colors. Here's our alternate, just kind of some fun. Police officers put out, warnings and do not enter this area. They put out their pylons, so why not have a pylon for our alternative jersey? And our home jersey, again, your basic white and red, the Canadian maple leaf colors. So let's go and let's see how we compete against the powerhouse Edmonton Oilers here in this game. So we're going to sim the game. We're going to do it on the fast sim pace here. period number 1 in Edmonton. Connor McDavid gets things going. Mr. Evan Bouchard and Leon Draisaitl. Did I mention that we're probably going to be bad for these first few seasons? But we will build through the draft. And yes, it is 5-0. Make that 6-0. We have a ways to go, RCMP. The RCMP are still in training right here, just trying to get their skates tied and being able to get on the ice. It is 8-0 for Edmonton halfway through the game. Saskatchewan on a power play. Nothing done there. We only have 8 shots on goal towards the end of the second period. 9-0. Yeah, great game to show, Lap. Really good to show the talent of your team. 10 shots on goal. Finally, we hit the double-digit figure. And again, usually we won't jump into a game until a few seasons into play because most of the games are going to be like this. They're going to be blowouts. We're going to be lucky if we get 5-6 wins on the season. I think first season we had something like 12 or 13. No, we had 17 wins in our first season. You wouldn't know it based on our play here. So we got trashed by the Edmonton Oilers by a score of 11-1. Connor McDavid, Zach Hyman, and Evan Bouchard were the 3 stars. Okay, let's get through the season here. These first few seasons, I kind of want to get through as quickly as possible. Let's go up to the next Edmonton game. Edmonton, of course, my favorite NHL team. So, pausing on the Edmonton games, a little bit of fun. I think we are in the Central Division. Yeah, the Saskatchewan Mounties made sense to put in the Central with Winnipeg and Minnesota, kind of their geographical region. Okay, let's close off January. Again, we're not going to go into the trade deadline and make any deals. We could probably trade away some of our, quote, better players for some draft picks, but I don't want to try and cheese the AI too much. We're already bad. We've got 4 wins on the season. Last year we had 17. I don't think we're going to equal that match. So we're going to be a top 3 drafter this year. We're going to get one of the top 3 picks. And again, I always enjoy the drafts. It's probably my favorite part of playing a franchise series is getting to the draft pool. Again, if you've created some of your own players, you know what to expect. But then you got the computer-generated players, and you never know what you're going to get with those players, whether they're going to be studs or duds. Okay, we're going to just continue simming. Again, I do not care at this point for the trade deadline. Once we become a little bit more competitive and have a shot at the playoffs, then we might investigate the trade deadline a little bit more. All right, we're into March, and the last time I told you we had 4 wins on the season, and it has not changed. We've added a lot more losses, 58 losses on the season, 59. Although it's not as bad as our Slapshot series last franchise. We had our second season, we had 1 win. So I'm feeling better that we have at least 5 here. 1 win we had in season number 2. And oddly enough, that win came on the very last game of the regular season. I still remember it against Florida, like with 2 minutes left to go in the game. We almost went winless, which is probably tough to do, with having an expansion team. Well, Edmonton once again is picking up where they left off the last time we played them. It is 3-0. And the Saskatchewan Mounties get at least a goal this game. Well, we are keeping it kind of closer. 4-0. Stetcher, Cousins, Kane, and Henrique, not the guys you expect to get all the goals for Edmonton. All right, let's go on to period number 2. Once in a while, I like to do a little bit of this kind of in-game simming just to see some of the goals pop up. Well, that's a victory. Halfway through the game, we're only down by 4. We might avoid double digits. unless Evander Kane has something to say about it. He adds the 5th goal to Edmonton as we go into the 3rd period, down by 5. We have 5 wins on the season. Edmonton on home ice look like they're going to close it off. Will it be a shutout? Can Saskatchewan? We do. Mr. Kaut will break the shutout. Again, small victories for our team early on. With a final score, Edmonton 5, Saskatchewan 1. Your 3 stars of the game were Evander Kane, Rodrigue with 30 saves, and Mr. Kulak with a couple of assists. Okay, I think that's enough torture. I think we need to go to the end of the regular season now, to the playoffs. The playoffs. Who am I kidding? We're not making the playoffs. We're rooting for the number 1 pick, which is guaranteed right now. There's no one even close to being bad as we are. The question is, will we break that 5 win? Can't believe we had 17 wins last season, and then all of a sudden we get 5. We didn't really add many pieces. We filled out our roster. We didn't add any all-stars or anything like that. Kind of picked the lowest free agents that you could because, again, we want to be bad. We want to get some good draft picks. 2 games to go. New York Islanders, we lose, and we lose in a shootout. And so your Saskatchewan Mounties will end the season pathetically. Is pathetically a word? Maybe. We will not go on to the playoffs. We finished the regular season with a record of, let's torture ourselves. Let's go take a look at some of these stats. Box scores, don't want to look at that. We should do a quick save. Highly recommend that you save your game. You just never know, right? We've all been subject to corrupt files along the way. All right, let's go take a look at the stats for the season. The Saskatchewan Mounties. Well, let's go to the entire league. Carolina is the President's Trophy winner. Edmonton, Tampa, Vancouver, Pittsburgh. Those are your top 5 teams. And if we look at the bottom, guess who? The very bottom, we're going to have the Saskatchewan Mounties. And the Saskatchewan Mounties are going to end up with 17 points. Oddly enough, that's how many wins we had last season, 17. 73. A little bit of a gap, isn't there, folks? It's just a little bit of a gap between last and the Sharks. The Bruins, the Flyers, the Blue Jackets also finishing in the bottom 5. All right, well, let's take a look at some of the point leaders. Sam Gagner was the point leader for the Saskatchewan Mounties, getting 40 points on the season, a minus 84. Foodie, Brunette, who's a computer-generated player, Shaw, McCartney, Coat, and Madden, all with 29 points or higher. In terms of our defense, how did they do? 13 points. Minus 101 for Summer. We know what he's looking forward to. The summer. And goalies. 908, respectable for Rodrigue, considering the team he was on, having a 908 save percentage. He faced a lot of pucks. He had 3 wins, and then Garin came in, 34 appearances, and he had a couple wins. Not as great a performance for him. So there you go. There is our results. Let's take a look around the league. Who is going to win all the big trophies this year? Well, most points, Nathan MacKinnon. Austin Matthews, Connor McDavid, and Leon Draisaitl with William Nylander are your top 5 for points. In terms of defensemen, top 5 defensemen point-wise, Makar, 104. Wow. He's going to definitely get the Jack Norris. Morrissey, Eric Carlson from Pittsburgh, Quinn Hughes, and Mr. Adam Fox, your top 5. And in terms of goaltenders, who may get the Vezina? Frederik Andersen, 48 wins. Vasilevsky, 45. 40 for Demko. Probably going to be Anderson. Looks like his stats are good enough to take the hardware. So there you go. There are your point getters for the regular season. Now let's go and take a look at the playoff tree. You will not see our logo there. In the East, Pittsburgh, Jersey, Carolina, Detroit, Toronto, Ottawa, and the Rangers will take on Tampa Bay. Out in the West, it'll be Winnipeg, Minnesota, Colorado, Nashville, Vancouver, and Anaheim. Anaheim getting in. And Seattle will get to take on those Edmonton Oilers in the first round. I'm going to call Toronto and you know what? Let's go Winnipeg. Go all Canadian final here. That's my prediction with a Toronto Maple Leaf Stanley Cup, because this game loves the Toronto Maple Leafs. So let's see if that prediction holds true. Again, as soon as the playoffs are done, we'll go and look at the results. We'll look at the award winners for the season, see if any of the Saskatchewan Mounties snuck in there. And then we'll do the draft. We'll get right into the draft. Typically, every episode, I like to do kind of a full season from October up till October. I do a lot of the summer stuff in the off season, though, off screen, because that's kind of the boring stuff, re-signings and things like that. I'll do that off screen. Well, we have a different final. No Canadian teams. It is Colorado and Carolina in the Stanley Cup final. And right now it is tied at 3. I don't have the ability to watch that game, unfortunately. You can't do that unless you are the owner of that franchise, which I am not. And it is the Colorado Avalanche. Congratulations to the Avs in 7 games over the Carolina Hurricanes. The Milwaukee Admirals will win the Calder Cup champion, and that'll do it. That'll be a wrap for this season. And let's go and take a look at the path to the Cup for both teams. Carolina, they were able to defeat Detroit in 6, Pittsburgh in 6, Tampa Bay in 7. The Avs took out the Predators in 5, and then they beat the Jets in 7, and those pesky surprise Anaheim Ducks in 4. There you go. Award winners. Colorado, the Stanley Cup. Carolina, the President's Trophy. Colorado, the Clarence Campbell. Carolina wins the Prince of Wales. In terms of your individual awards, Nathan MacKinnon, most points with the Art Ross. Also, the Hart Memorial. Cale Makar, the James Norris Best Defenseman of the Year. Lady Bing goes to William Nylander. We got Mr. Hagens. Mr. Hagens with the Calder Trophy. And just give me a sec. Want to double check. I never did check if my mic was working. I could be doing this whole episode with my mic not even on. I hope it was. Otherwise, I'll have to do a voiceover. Nathan MacKinnon is your playoff MVP. Demko surprises and takes the Vezina. I thought I was going to go to Anderson for sure. He does get the William Jennings Trophy, though. Fewest goals against. Butsayev from your Saskatchewan Mounties, our first major trophy of the year. And that's going to go to a Saskatchewan RCMP Mountie, Mr. Butsayev. Mike Sullivan, Pittsburgh. I like how they have the coaches, the real coaches in the game now. Mr. Aho from Carolina, the Frank Selke. Connor gets the Players of Choice for MVP, is voted on by the NHL players. And the Rocket Richard for most goals of the year goes to Mr. Austin Matthews. Well, did we get anything in the minors? Let's take a quick peek. Looking for... there we are. Mr. Sin. Okay. And that is it in terms of individual awards. So we did pick up 1 award in the NHL and 1 award in the AHL. But now, the favorite thing to do in Draft to Glory is to draft. So let's go on to the draft. We're going to see which players have retired from the league. And we drop down to pick number 3. Beautiful. Calgary shoots up from 6. Philadelphia goes up from 4. And ourselves and San Jose will move down. Take a look at the draft class once we go into the draft. We're still going to get a really good player at number 3. All right, let's take a look, first of all, at the forwards that are going to retire. We say, have a good retirement, Mr. Tyler Johnson, Cal Clutterbuck, Derek Ryan, Mr. Payarvi, Kruger, Laterra, and Holland. All players with close to 100 career points. In terms of our retiring defensemen, we saw Ryan Suter, 716 overall points, 1,608 games played. Also, Ryan McDonough, over 1,000 games. Mr. Zach Bogosian, Luke Shen. A lot of the defensive defensemen calling it quits there. And in terms of goalies, any retiring? Yes, Martin Jones, Johan Enroth, Tokarski, and Garrett Sparks. There you go. And as you know, in the game, sometimes when real NHL players retire, they become coaches or scouts. We'll see if any of them do here. Yes, Luke Shen, Ryan Suter, and Ryan McDonough are now available scouts. Sometimes it's fun to hire them. Okay. Draft is here. It is time. It is time to get to the NHL entry draft. We will have pick number 3. Calgary. Let's go and take a look at the draft class. Looking for community players, first of all. So Mr. Horton Gretzky is a community player. Mr. Friggin' Lefts, community player. Who else do we have? Mr. Berenson. We got a few. Mr. No, not Wasilison. Edwards. No. There were 13, I believe, 12 or 13. Oh, yeah. Hawk. Community player. You're familiar with the viral theme. Anyone else that we have to look out for? Of course, when you create your own players, you cannot give them faces. So they look just like random generated players. All right, I think that is it. Looks like we have 4 in this draft. And we're not guaranteed of getting Mr. Gretzky. So let's go and see if we can swing a deal. Move up. Because I think Calgary is going to take the franchise player. So what's it going to take to get the Flyers' first overall pick? We don't have much time because Calgary's going to pick pretty soon. Let's give up a second rounder and then a first rounder in the future and maybe another third rounder. Is this going to do? Is this going to do it? Kind of an equal in terms of trade value according to the meter at the bottom. Rejected. Okay, let's see if we can throw in maybe a player. Are you willing to take Mr. Foodie? Nope, they have more than 45 players, so they can't take a player. Let's give them one more draft pick here. Let's see if we can give them third from this year. Rejected. I really don't want to give up our third overall pick. Add another second. Giving up a lot now. Rejected. Don't know what else we can do here. Do I have another second overall pick? Second round pick. Way down the line here. No, I don't think they're going to be willing to take that trade. So Yeah, McKenna went first. So now the question is, are they going to go Stenberg or are they going to go with Gretzky? Either way, we're going to get one of these two community players. So let's take a chance that they pass on Gretzky. They will take Stenberg. Okay. Well, now we got to try and get both of these players. So with the third overall pick in the 2025 draft, the Saskatchewan Mounties are proud to select from the Brampton Steelheads, Mr. Tim Horton Gretzky. On the team, here he is. Oh, 76 overall, high elite. Take a look at his he's got some abilities. Lead edges plus a few silvers. He's going to be a great addition to the team as a center for Mr. Brunette. Now let's see if we can. They don't want to trade their pick, but let's see if we can talk them into it. I want to get the other community players. So now let's see if we can give them our second rounder next year. They want all these picks. I think that's going to be enough. Nope. So instead of the second, let's throw in a first rounder down the line. How's that? Is that going to work for you? No? Okay, you drive a hard bargain. We'll give up our 7th and 6th this year. Still rejected. And I want this pick. I want this pick, but I want to keep our second rounder for another trade. Third rounder, rejected. All right, we got to go all in here. Let's give him one more second rounder. 2030. So a first, a second, 2/3, and a fourth. Trade rejected. Okay, I'm going to up that one more. I'm going to give you a first rounder. 2 first-round picks. Come on, Sharks. Accepted. We got it. Okay. Excellent. Just in time. I'm sure the clock was about to expire. We get back-to-back picks with the 4th overall pick from the unknown team because he wasn't properly scouted, but this is a community player from TX Jenks. We are going to be drafting Friggin' Laughs on the team. A defenseman, elite defenseman, 74 overall. I hope trading 2 first-round picks was worth it. But we're going to be getting pretty good pretty soon. Okay, so we still have a couple more community players. Make sure I didn't miss any here. Mr. Berenson projected to go about 12th. And then Hoctois, about 21. So see if we can maybe grab the Dallas wants to trade their pick. Kind of right on the edge whether we're going to get our player, but let's see if we can make a move. What do they want? Give them some late round picks, a second rounder next year. Are they that desperate? No. All right. How about players? Are they willing to take on a player? How about Mr. Foodie? Rejected. Let's give you Mr. Lavoie. Nope, not willing to do that. Rejected. Ooh, what else can we offer? I don't want to offer community players. That defeats the purpose. I do want Larocque. And let's add Foodie back. That might be too many, though. Yeah, it's too many. So we'll keep Foodie. We're given a 5th, a 6th, and a 7th. Gotta go back to draft picks. I think it's going to cost us a little bit more. We'll give them a 3rd this year. They seem to want that. Rejected. Okay, let's get rid of the 5th. And we're just going to keep going up 1 round. We'll give them a 4th. Not going to be good enough. No, they do want to trade their pick, though. Okay, how about a 3rd round pick? And rejected. So 2/3. Let's get rid of the 6th. About another 4th. Maybe another 5th. Rejected. I know, I'm nickeling and diming them. Trying to not give up too much. Okay, well, that pick has come in. We got to go and find, let's see, Chicago. Let's see it. They're not willing to trade it directly, but you never know. We can swing with Chicago. Go and add our picks. You can have our 3rd, 5th, 2nd rounder next year, and a 4th rounder. Is that going to be enough? It is not. Okay, let's add 1 player. No one here you really want. Is that Lavoie? Nope. You already have a full roster. Well, that's going to make it tough. We're going to add 1 more draft pick here. Or maybe can we add a prospect? Let's see. Don't think so. No, we have to have a draft pick. Yeah, if you don't take this, we're going to negotiate back with the other team. Rejected. Okay, exit. Let's let them make their pick. Columbus will take Edmund. Let's go back to the Dallas Stars. See if we can work something out there because they do want to trade their pick. Maybe we just trade them for a 1st rounder way in the future. We don't even have them. Let's give them a couple seconds. And that's 4 or 5 years down the road. Is that going to be enough? Rejected. We're probably pretty close. How about now? There we go. Okay. Now we got to hope that the Dallas Stars would have had access to that pick. Dylan. 2 more picks to go. We're hoping on Mr. Berenson. Okay, as long as Chicago doesn't take Gordon Berenson, he will be a Saskatchewan Mountie. The pick is in. We got him. We got our next community player. He is the 2nd next one that was scheduled to go. And we will gladly take for Cub Fan 23 Steve community player Gordon Red Berenson on the team. Beautiful. So we have 1 more community player to try and get this draft. And it looks like Florida. You want to talk deal. Now, 17th overall. You do want Foodie. That can't be enough. Oh, they have more than 50 players. Well, wonder if we a little bit of time. So let's add Foodie. And then we got to add their worst player. Because they're going to have to give someone up. So let's take on this guy. No, it's not going to be enough, I guess. No. We're going to have to add some draft picks now. So let's add a 5th, a 3rd, and a 6th. Some lower picks. Rejected. Okay. Let's see. Let's see what they want. How about a 7th this year? A nice, tasty 7th for you. Rejected. And let's get rid of that 6th. Give you something you want, like a 5th. There we go. We have made a deal for the 17th overall pick, not giving up too much, which is great. Now we got to hope that Hoc Trois is going to be there at pick number 17. Calgary. Good. Washington. All right, as long as Buffalo doesn't take Hawk, we're good. And they don't. So we've had a very successful first round. We were able to go and get all of the community players this year, make pick, top 6 overall, high, power forward, Hoc Trois. Let's see what the, see if they got any special abilities here. 71 overall, power forward, and does have heat seeker and a couple silvers. All right, that is good. Now, I got to double check if we missed anyone here. For community players. Ginla. Doesn't look like it. Don't think so. And there's still a lot of elite players left. All right, well, let's see what we got left for our picks. We got our second round pick yet, so we're still going to get a pretty good player here. I go back and take a look at round 1. And after Hawk, Valentini, Boychuk, Fitzgerald, Edwards, Panay, Booker, LaSalle, Markkanen, Brown. Yeah, none of these were created players or community players. Good. Let's go make our pick. A lot of unknowns here because our scouts were not doing their job. It's pretty much going to be a shot in the dark. Any guaranteed top 6. Not bad. 2 years out, Marian Gaborik. We want to play it safe, although it's a name I can't really pronounce. Other than that, it would be taking a chance on some of these higher guys. No report. No report. Not a fan of that one. No. This guy, center. A's, B's, a C, and a D. Another good option here. Right wing out of the queue, 1 year out. Potential elite. Here's a 2-bar elite player. 2 years out. Ginla. Joe. 2 years out. And then our player. All right, it's going to be one of these 5 here. 2 years out. 1 year out. Although that's 3 bars, so that's almost guaranteed. Guaranteed to be 2 years out, so we got a lot of details on this guy. Ginla, pretty much guaranteed 2 years out. And guaranteed Gaborik, like 2 years out. Well, I don't think we could do wrong with any of these guys. That's a top 6 guaranteed. I think we want to shoot for someone higher. Sniper, 2-way forward, playmaker, 2-bar elite. Well, it picked for us. And I'm good with that, I think. Mr. Rudolph, top 4 defenseman. And now we'll have to take a look at where those other players fell. Now I'm curious. Let's see if I can remember who they were. You draft class. They're all still there, all four of them. Talian, Steiner, I think I probably would have went with a Ginla. Wonder if we can get that Ginla from someone. Let's see, who does Montreal take? Archerman. Calgary takes. Genet. Vegas. Verikoff. The Kings. Stainer. That's one of the guys we were thinking of. Well, Dallas wants to trade their pick. So if Montreal and who was it? Montreal and Seattle pass on Ginla, we're going to try and get him. Seattle, who do you take? Of course, you take Ginla, who ended up being a top 6. Are any of those players still there? 1. So let's see if Dallas is going to make a deal with us. Don't want to give up too much. Any players they might want? LaRock. Did we draft this guy? Let's see. Let's give him LaRock. Is that going to be enough? No. Okay, let's also give you a 6th. Not enough? Well, let's give you our 7th rounder. Is that enough? No. Okay, we're going to throw in maybe one more draft pick. A 5th rounder next year. Accepted. Okay, good. So we're going to get probably another top 6 player. And this was one of the guys with Ginla. It's either going to be him or Ginla. We know Ginla ended up being pretty good. Mr. Italien is a medium top 6. So not quite as good as Ginla overall. Let's take a look if he's got any features. Still better than a lot of what we have. All right, our next pick. This might be our last pick of the draft. I'm going to call a timeout here to avoid having that happen to us again of auto picks. Okay, let's sort by potential. 2-bar, guaranteed 2-way forward. Look at the report cards here. Anyone jump out here? A lot of B's. Ooh, Tyler Challenger. Let's take a chance on Mr. Challenger. Is he going to be a low elite? No, he's a top 9. So a little bit of a miss there, but it is the 3rd round, and I think that might be it for our picks. Yeah, sim entire draft. Very successful draft for the Calgary Mounties. We've got 4 community players. Mr. Horton Gretzky, friggin' lefts, red, and Hook Trois, along with Rudolph, Italien, and Challenger. We got some cool names, at least, for the non-community players. So that's going to mean there are probably going to be 3 or 4 community players in our last draft next year. And I think we're going to do the rest of the things off screen with the coaches, with the scouts, all that kind of stuff. We will set up our team, re-sign all the players, and show you what it looks like next episode as we go into season number 3. Here we go. Some of the players we have. Mr. Brunette on the team. Ned, one of our first overall picks. Jack Johnson. Bill Kessel. Mason Shaw. Patrick Maroon. Lavoie. And then our community players. Berenson. Horton Gretzky. Go. Daryl. Some of these guys are going to make their debut next year. They're going to be ready. They will be ready. We will be able to sign them. In fact, maybe we tease you a little bit with a couple signings here. Let's go and sign. Mr. Kikette, 69 overall, 19 years old. I think he's probably still a year away. Dudley Do-Right for A-Dub, 67, 19. Yeah, maybe they need to spend one more year in the minors. Don't want to bring him in as an 18-year-old. If we do bring anyone in, it'll be Daryl. He's 76 overall, medium elite. Yeah, he might be ready. But we will leave it there. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you wouldn't mind, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel. I'd like to put out an episode once a week for you guys here with the new franchise. And if you're new to the stream, hope you enjoyed the content and I hope you come back. We're going to leave with our outro, the special RCMP Saskatchewan Mountie outro. Have a wonderful day, a wonderful week. Be kind to yourself, be kind to others. Give what you take what you need. We're here for a good time, not a long time. So have a good time. The sun can't shine every day. Laptop Pound signing off. We'll see you next time.
Boots off, helmets on, the ice is cold but clear. Mounties lace their skates, they got no time for fear. Saskatchewan sunset paints the sky with fire. Chasing pucks and dreams, they never seem to tire. Red uniform, standing tall, no badge can weigh them down. Blades cut through the ice, friggin' rights, it's game day in this town. Crowds cheer from the stands as they make their play. Northern Lights watch over what's a perfect day. Oh, Mounties on ice, they glide and they fight. Underneath the prairie stars, they shine so bright. With sticks in their hands and hearts full of pride. Go Daryl, go Daryl, Daryl. In Saskatchewan, their horses they will ride. Go, 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 Daryl, go. From the prairies to the coast, they carry on the fight. In every slap shot, they're chasing wins every night. Hockey's in their veins like a northern breeze. Frozen ponds or arenas, they do as they please. Whether it's Wayne, Timmy, or Daryl, hometown cops throwing you over the barrel. The sirens blare, the goal scoring with glee. The spirit of the Mounties flowing wild and free. I will see you next week with another season of play.